All right, welcome in everybody. What's going on? Glad to see y'all come by here and hang out here for a few minutes. We be talking about Texas today, schedule, Texas A&M. We're going to break down the preview for both these teams. We're not going to keep you real long today. So we're going to get through those. We're going to look at the schedules and see how they fit up. How's Arch Manning? I mean, he's back. They got a good team coming back around him. Coach Elko's done a good job over there at A&M. So is he ready, or is he getting the guys started and fired up? So let me bring into the show here the guest, the one and only, the Diamond Dean. What's going on there? I'm here.
Maybe not what we thought it was before the night, but Jacksonville won. Lincoln
How's it going
won
down there?
last
Pretty
night.
good.
Silicaga won tonight against Holtville. Alexandria hadn't opened. They haven't opened yet. Leeds had an open date. Anniston lost big tonight. Geraldine. That was
We're watching some video right now of some Texas and some A&M highlights and stuff. What up, Zach? We're bringing up some stuff over here, kind of going through that. So
right now,
kind of watching some highlights here, Texas. We're going to look at some Texas A&M here in a minute. With what both these teams have, as far as coming back wise, Texas has got some. I'm going to go through them defensively. You don't know Muschamp's at. He's there, right? Muschamp's at Texas. Okay, and with A&M, they're
just to make the playoffs.
Yeah, A&M's got the pedigree to get all this stuff done. I mean, they both spent some money. Who has the better chance of winning the state of Texas, I guess, I'd say.
Coach,
He's got some to work with. Not he lost a lot though. Now Texas did not lose a whole lot, did they?
No, Texas. Well, they got enough back to replace the people that's there, but in addition, with players coming back, their backfield's going to be pretty good. Defensively, linebacker wise, we'll go through some of them if you want to. And
Okay.
you want to do A&M, or you may do Texas first, or
I'll do A&M first. Let's see. Okay, we of course Mike Elko, their coach there. Heck, he's won 19 games in 2 years. Went 11-2 last year, and we know that who they're led by. And me and Matt's a fan of his, but he does tend to get a little wild sometimes. That's Marcel Reed, quarterback. From what I read, Matt, they don't even have a good backup for this guy. They just better hope he don't go down. Which he's the man anyway.
yeah.
I'd take him at Alabama in a heartbeat. I like Alabama's quarterback, but Reed.
No,
I like Reed.
I'll take Keelan Russell over Reed.
Over Reed.
Yeah.
Reed, 3,660. Well, like we said, Reed he just throws some balls he should not. But he did have 3,660 yards, 31 touchdowns, but the stat that hurt him the most, he did throw 12 picks. And for some reason, every time we were watching together, he'd throw one, wouldn't he?
Yeah, at least one or two.
I think we saw all 12 of them, didn't we?
Probably so, yeah. I'd go along with that.
But he's back. He's one of the top players in the conference. I think it's just because he can hurt you, and he's had some games where he's just gone off. And just went wild, but he's had some tough games. But behind him, you lost Moss. Moss was a good back.
He was very good.
He went pro. But Moss was hurt a lot last year. Reuben Owens took his spot most of the year when he was out, but he's back. He had 640 yards. There's not a lot of depth behind Reuben Owens, so he's going to be their main man. They lost KC Concepcion at receiver. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah. Yeah, and he run back punts, but they do have Mario Craver from Clay Chalkville, 947 yards receiving. And then they got Ashton Bethel Roman, who come on late in the year and had 24 catches, Matt, for 500 yards. That's pretty good. 24 for 500. They got them two back now. They say that's probably, outside of Williams and Brooks, that's one of the top wide receiver duos in the conference for sure. And But Micah Riley will be the tight end. Now, I don't know if you know much about him, but he came from Auburn, but he was out all year. He was
I,
out all year last year,
I know
and
that. I know the name. I don't remember. Yeah, we didn't see him play. I guess because he's hurt.
right. Well, they're expecting him to be that tight end, but he's been out all year, so that's not going to be easy. They do have a great center with a lot of experience named Mark Nabu, but the other four, they lost all four of them. They're counting on two guys from LSU that they got off the transfer portal. One from Bama, Will Formby. Do you remember Will Formby?
Yeah,
Okay, and one from South Carolina. All these guys are expected to start, but here's the thing, Matt. How well will they? Some of them got experience, but they don't have a ton of experience. It's not like the line they had last year.
right.
Uh, Offensively, averaged 445 yards and 34 points last year. I gotta be honest with you, that's gonna be a stretch to do that well this year. Still good, but maybe not quite as good. Uh,
We can take a look at their schedule here. See
yeah,
what you think.
we will. But off defensively, Matt. Oh, let me go over the defense right quick, and you'll see what I'm talking about here and
Okay.
why I'm not as high on this bunch as a lot of people are. D line's new, and they do have a guy named CJ Mims. They've got a lot of experience. They've gotten some transfers in that's got a lot of experience. And I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but one of their top transfers is from Northwestern. I mean, Matt, Northwestern's okay, but
No, they're
I don't
not okay.
know.
They ain't.
No, not really. Not
No,
really.
not really.
They're okay. I don't know that Northwestern, the team they've had the last couple of years, would probably be.
How many
I don't
guys?
think anybody in the SEC couldn't beat them. Do you?
How many guys are they? How many guys are they putting in the league? That's the real question.
Right. Well, not many. So
I
that's
don't.
their
I don't
main
know.
transfer on the D line. And it said, I read this on the internet that their line would not be the D lines of old. They said they did have potential to be good, especially Hicks and Mims. Potential to be good. A lot of people have potential to be good, but this is kind of an unproven bunch.
Yeah.
Linebacker, pretty solid at linebacker. Lost their leading tackler, Torian York, but they got Damian Sanford back. Uh, he made 57 tackles. They got a Tulsa transfer who's unreal. He was at Tulsa, 130 tackles. But again, will that translate to the SEC? He's going to be the inside backer, middle linebacker. Ray Conley's his name. 130 tackles at Tulsa, which Tulsa's a pretty good program. But again, we don't know. He's obviously going to start. I guess my question to you, Matt, is he that effective in the SEC? He's obviously effective in the league he was in.
Yeah. Well,
He was
competition is that's a big thing. That's key to everything. Who you're playing and how good are
Mhm.
they and how much are you being challenged. That's a big
right.
that's the biggest question to me. How hard are you being pushed?
Right. Well, Damian Sanford did start a lot last year. And like I said, he meant Damian Sanford. That sounds like somebody from around here, don't it, Matt?
Yeah, that's one of Calvin's
Damian
nephews
Sanford.
or somebody.
Yeah, Calvin's nephews.
Yeah, it's Charlie's
The
cousin.
secondary, the secondary set. It's kind of like Alabama's. Alabama's got a good secondary, and so does A&M, which is good. Which is good. Des Ricks started all last year. He'll be one corner. The other corner's kind of up for grabs right now between a few guys, but the safeties are solid. They both started last year. Dalton Brooks, Marcus Radcliffe. They both made 60 something tackles, and they did get Oklahoma transfer Bird. Taufik Bird. That's a hard name to pronounce, and he made 85 tackles last year at Colorado. Uh, and they think he'll be like the nickelback. So secondary solid, linebackers average, probably a little above average, but not way above average. D line unproven. I just Do I think they'll have a good year? Yes, but now, no, I don't think they'll go 11-2, and I do not think they'll make this playoff.
11-1,
No, shoot, no.
12-0,
Yeah,
or
they went.
10-2.
No, gosh, no. I got them going 8-4. Look at this
Yeah.
schedule; it's brutal.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
but we do. Elko does a good job, and Muschamp does a good job. Well, no, Muschamps at Texas. Never mind. This Hemp Hill that's a defensive coordinator does a good job, and Elko's going. He's going to get more out of them than probably what they've got. But they've got a tough schedule now. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, we'll start at the top. I'm gonna skip the first. Well, of course, Missouri State. We'll call it what it is. The next game they're gonna have Arizona State, September the 12th. All right.
I think they'll be okay there.
Yeah, those first three are at home, and then they're gonna have Kentucky at home. Kentucky, Kentucky's very big unknown. They got new coach, new quarterback. So
I don't. We only had Kentucky with about 4 or 5 wins, and I don't think that will be one of them. I don't think they go into A&M and win, or wherever they play A&M. I don't think they win.
They'll be A&M's at LSU on the 26th. That's their first travel game. Is going to be away at LSU.
That's a tough one.
We've talked about LSU. Tough. Their defense is their defense solid enough? I think we had A&M beating them. Did we or?
I think so. Well, this is before I read up on A&M. I believe that's a toss-up, Matt. But Reed's a game breaker. Reed can turn things around in a heartbeat for you, and just depends. He's got a lot of pressure on him this year, a lot, and more so than last year, I think, because they had nothing to lose last year, and they didn't have a super tough schedule, and they managed their schedule, but their schedule is not easy this year by no means, and he don't have the line he had. He does have the good receivers. But
their middle of the schedule here, after they get done with at Kentucky,
I think they'll be 4-0. I mean,
they should be. Yeah, then they're going to go come home and play Arkansas, then go to Missouri, then come back home and play the Citadel. That's kind of weird playing Citadel in the middle of the year like that. So
I'm going to give them a loss against either Missouri or LSU, but I don't know which one. I'm just going to say they don't win both of those.
Okay, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-1.
6-1, yes.
Going to play Citadel. They'll be 7-1. Then now traveling, they should be 7-1 October the 24th at Alabama.
I don't think they beat Alabama. Not there. Not this squad. I just don't.
No.
Like I said, Alabama has had trouble with mobile quarterbacks, but now Reed's a good runner, but he's not like a Deshaun Watson or a Johnny Manziel or anything like that. He is good, and Alabama's secondary, I don't see him cutting loose and burning them up. Will he hit a big play on them? Well, of course, but consistently, no, I do not. I think that's their second loss.
Yeah. Rolling on here, they're going to be at South Carolina the next week.
I believe that could go either way too, Matt.
Me and you are, and I hadn't heard a lot of people say that, and I'm not just saying it because we said it. As we broke down South Carolina, we're pretty big on South Carolina. I mean, we think they're going to have a good team.
I think they're going to be good. Beamer does a pretty good job. People says he don't, but I mean, my gosh, it's not like he's got a bunch of 5-stars running around everywhere down there, and he's got a few. I mean, he's got Sellers, but in that receiver, they've got he's pretty good. But
we're looking at 6-2 going into South Carolina.
6-2,
yeah. 6-3, loss at South Carolina.
Maybe, yeah. 7-2, maybe. 6-2, 7-3. 6-3, 7-2, yeah.
But hang on now. Listen, the last three. If you ain't looking at it there, I don't know if you've got the schedule with you.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas.
I know.
Well, they're going to lose one or two of them. The only one, Tennessee and Texas is at home. They got at Oklahoma in the middle on the 21st. Oh, me.
I know. And then you got Texas, who you lost to
1, 2,
last year
3,
when you
4,
had a better
5.
record than them.
They got Tennessee and Texas at home.
Man, I don't think, and I think Elko will do a good job. I've got them with 7.5, which means they either win 8 or 7.
Their last 7
I just don't
games.
see them going 9-3.
Their last 7 games are going to be Missouri, Citadel, Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas. So those last 7 games, one with those teams are not going to be ranked. They're going to play 6 ranked teams. More
than likely.
Last year, Alabama played 4 consecutively ranked teams. So if South Carolina does their job, if it's in November, I would assume South Carolina should be ranked at that time of year.
I would think maybe, yes. I think they're going to be better. But you got to go to Alabama. You got to go to South Carolina. You got to go to LSU. You get Tennessee at home. They may could win that one. They may get Oklahoma. I don't know. I may go out on a limb and pick A&M at 8.5. Do you think 8.5 or 7.5, Matt? That means they can either go 8-4 or 9-3. I don't see them going 9-3.
With what you're telling me, with the guys that they, the little that they do have back, and missing, Moss at running back. And then there's
Owens is good, but I don't know that he's not as good as Moss.
And then you kind of brought up some, like we've heard with, I broke down Auburn and Alabama had their scrimmage Thursday, and I talked about that with Womack's interview. And Golish had an interview with Auburn after their second scrimmage. A lot of coaches are talking about depth. So, our starting 5 on O-line, they're pretty good, but I need another 5.
I know. Well, see, that's what they don't have, and especially,
I don't know if anybody does.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Like Reed has no backup hardly. I mean, they said that it's just barren behind him. There's a couple of good running backs besides Owens. One of them's a freshman. One of them had 180 yards last year. They think he could be that second back. And to be honest with you, they needed a third wide receiver to step up, which they may do it. College football now, you can't just have 2 good receivers. You need a third one. And I'll be honest with you, we don't know who Alabama's will be yet. I mean, we know Brooks and Williams are good, but who's that third guy going to be? And I got an answer for that.
C.D. Morgan.
That's a good question. The third guy they're hoping is going to be Horton, who played for Alabama last year.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I set that up there.
Meadows is the one showing out at practice right now at Alabama to be that third guy.
Really?
Yeah, they really bragged on him a lot.
Did you know Horton was at A&M? That played for Alabama last year that was actually pretty good?
No.
Yeah. Well, there's so much transferred. So, and I know this, I'm not trying to be silly here, but Horton may be the key to them having a average year to a good year, because you know as well as I do, Matt, if you've got 3 guys you can throw to instead of 2,
sure,
that opens up a lot. And they're expecting Horton to come in there and be that third guy. I mean, the Cravers are number 1 guy. There's no doubt about that. And this Bethel Roman may end up being their number 1 guy because his upside's great. He averages 21 yards a catch. But Horton, who's already got a ton of playing experience.
Rico Scott's been the big show at Alabama too.
Yes, Rico Scott. Well, he showed signs of life before. He might.
I think Bama's got 3 solid. They probably have 4 between Rico, Brooks, and Williams. And then you got the new kid, C.D. Morgan, which is they've compared him to Julio Jones. He's a big 5-star kid from Benjamin Russell. But yeah, I don't know, man. There just seemed like we didn't, they wouldn't much talk about A&M's tight ends. There's kind of a mess going on there.
No, they just don't really know.
I don't know, man.
They just don't really. I think the 2 guys that they're wanting Riley to start, that's who they're on. But the other 2 guys got like 15 catches between them.
Let me look
that
at
don't mean they can't block. That don't mean that.
this schedule here, and let's see here. Have a
I
good
just,
a defining thing to call their schedule, and then we'll move on to Texas here. And let's
think
see,
I'm thinking
1,
7.5.
2,
That's what I've got.
3,
I don't know.
4, 5, 6. God dang, man.
No, I mean it's tough. It's a tough schedule.
Well, that bottom
Now,
half
this
is just
bunch with
terrible.
Last year's,
The bottom half, they're going Bama, South Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas. Bro, they could lose. That's
You win.
5 in a row.
They could. You got to be, if you go 3-2 there, you got to be happy.
Yeah,
3-2.
yeah, yeah,
Where do they play Texas at home?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well they probably play somewhere though, don't they? Don't they meet in the middle,
No,
like
that's
Auburn and
Oklahoma.
Alabama?
That's Oklahoma. That's Oklahoma
Oh,
and Texas play the Red
Okay,
River rivalry.
It's never at one of them stadium, right?
Yes, at the State Fair in Texas, Oklahoma and Texas.
Dang, we're gonna have to go to that state fair sometime.
I would love to go. Get some
I mean,
fried-
that's a bucket list thing. Go to the state
It really
fair, go
is.
watch Texas.
Yeah, you get a 2-foot long corn dog and a hot pretzel. Shoot, man, sign me up.
Rattlesnake roundup.
Yeah, get gator bites. Yeah, ribs. Yeah,
Well, the Texas State Fair is something special,
yeah.
from what I heard. But I didn't realize that's. But
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't think it looks good for them, and I don't think you can get on him unless he goes 6-6, maybe 7-5. He goes 8-4, 9-3. I mean, he can't be on no hot seat, not with that schedule, and with the players he's got. And there's a chance that all these guys will work out, but how often does that happen?
Yeah, I'm fixing to do Texas. Ben was talking about Texas. Yeah.
But do you like the fact that their safety, that their defensive backs are great?
No,
They're solid in secondary.
that helps, but I mean, god dang, man, those.
Those games, yeah.
I'm leaning kind of towards 7.5.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, I don't know that we can. I just don't, and you don't either. Apparently, you don't think this bunch will go 9-3, do you?
That would be. I don't
see it.
I don't either. Not with just what they got. Now, if that team last year, we could be a 9 or 10 win team.
Oh yeah.
This the running back, man. I don't know.
Well, like I said, he's solid. He's a bulldozer. But then Moss is just. I wouldn't be shocked if Moss starts wherever he's at. And I don't know where he went. I think he might have went to somewhere, but I don't know. They lost a lot. They really did, and I'm thinking 7.5 to 8 is probably right number. And I'll be honest with you. After what I've read, I don't understand the high ranking. And I know they did good last year, but you got to be a realist too.
I don't know where does Alabama. Why did they wind up getting ranked so low? Because, well, I mean, they didn't put them in the top 12, and then we're going to talk about.
I know.
Well, Alabama didn't have a run game last year. Well, it got them the SEC title game, did it not?
It did.
Did it take them to the playoffs?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they threw good.
Did they win a playoff game with that terrible run game?
They did win one.
Well,
They
what did
lost to
A&M?
the champion.
Yeah, they lost the national
No,
championship.
A&M went down quick.
I don't understand Texas Tech, A&M, or LSU. Why are they all above? I don't know what they're doing, and I did a whole video on
Texas
this.
Tech lost a lot of players, man.
Well, I just don't know what the committees, how they're ranking. If they're basing it off last year, well, LSU didn't even score a touchdown against Alabama last year, so why would they be 2 spots above? So are they doing it based on this year, and they're just doing
They're doing it based on this year, what they think.
You just think because what's Lane Kiffin's top 25 record? Zach's done put it. He posted the other day. He ain't beat his schedule against top 25 teams is no better than DeBoer's. It's not. He's never took a team. Has he ever been has he beat Georgia consecutively? No. Has he been in the SEC title game? DeBoer went year 2. Year 2.
Well, here's
and you're
the thing.
gonna put LSU above them. Why Texas Tech? What has Will Hammond done? His career, he's thrown 1,500 yards. He's thrown 7 touchdowns and 4 picks. His career.
I know.
Well,
On his career.
Well, we're basing it on this year, Matt, because LSU, who's Sam Levitt? You know what his QBR ranking was, Dean? Against Mississippi State.
What,
54. He threw for
54.
He had 80 yards against Sam Levitt, the Mister can get her done.
Mr.
He's Mr.
Yes.
Football. He's the savior. There are 2 places above Alabama.
Yeah, I don't understand.
He
that.
was like
I don't understand.
He was like 17 for 30 against Mississippi State.
Well, I gotta
Mississippi
say
State.
that-
He didn't get, and that's somebody told me this. Hang on. Somebody said, "Well, Matt, Levitt was hurt." No, they played Mississippi State week 2. He didn't get hurt till week 4. So miss
No,
me
he
on,
wasn't hurt.
miss me on the bull crap. He's not that. I've never been impressed. When he was at Arizona State, he turned and handed the ball off Scatterboo, and they had a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a
They did.
that's a ranking thing. So I'm gonna hush about that. We're gonna do Texas
Well,
now.
Let me say one thing about that, and you'll probably agree with this. I'm not saying it's because it's just solid gold, but I just think they're ranked because of Reed. I mean, because, look, you lost your running back, you lost your top receiver, you lost your line.
Yeah.
Very high. You lost your linebackers. You lost your D-line. You got back 2 of your top 3 receivers, the DBs and Reed.
Yeah.
And you're ranked very high. I don't really understand that. Top 25, yes. Top 15, I ain't so sure.
I can't see them going. I got a 7.5 is about the best I could do. Honestly,
That's the best I can do. Too,
golly,
man.
yes.
I don't see it.
I was thinking he's going to win 8 or 9, just not. And then we get in here and study on them. I'm not. I don't know. Maybe he'll win some of these games late down here. But if they lose 3 of these games, if they lose to let's just say they lose to Bama, South Carolina, and Texas, that means they're going to beat Oklahoma and Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah, who are not going to be bad, either one of them.
I don't think they can win 3 of them last 5. I just don't. I don't see them beating 3 of those teams.
I see them losing 1 early and losing 3 of those last 5, Matt.
Man,
And possibly even losing 2 early. I mean, when we pick them at 7.5, we're saying they can win. We're not shocked if they go 7-5. And I'm not. Now, I think they're going to a bowl. They may win their bowl. They may end up ranked. I just don't. This is not a playoff team. I'm sorry. I really do like Reed. Reed may be in a Heisman race, but I don't think that this whole team as a whole is going to make a lot of noise. Now, the next year, when they return most of these guys, yeah, they may be pretty good.
I'm gonna lock them in for 8 and 4, Dean.
Okay. I got them at 7.5, 8 and 4, 7-5.
All right, Texas A&M. We broke down the schedule. We got it looking right dead in the middle of the mouth here with the late games that they play, guys. They're going to be coming on. Hang on, Dean. They're going to be coming on the scene here and having a tough last bit of their schedule is going to be extremely hard. There's no way me and Dean, either one, feel like they're going to have a be able to win probably not even 3 of those last 5. So 8 and 4 is probably nice. 7.5. I don't know if I can even go 8.5.
Because that's when you're saying they possibly could go 9 and 3. I'm like you, Matt. I personally think they'll go 8 and 4.
Man.
But I don't know. I mean, they don't have it easy, and they got a lot of these games on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama, South Carolina on the road, LSU on the road,
Yeah.
Missouri on the road. Come on. And, even though they went 11-2 last year, they struggled in some games now.
Yeah.
I mean, them and Auburn went down to the wire, which Auburn was good on defense last year. I don't know what kind of defense Auburn's got this year, but we'll get into that later. All right, what about Texas?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on, Dean. All right, you Texas Longhorns, let's look at it. Let's be prudent with the point here, and let's just cut right to the chase, okay? I mean, they have probably the hardest schedule that you're going to see in the ACC. All right, wide receiver Wingo is somebody is somebody you're going to have to watch out for, and you're going to have to keep an eye on him. He's definitely one to not to misplace where he's going to be on the field. Now, they do have the best odds in the SEC to win the national championship. They do. They have the best odds to win the national championship out of any team in the SEC right now, with Georgia trailing right behind. I think their odds are like 300 to win the national championship. Now, they do have returning quality at quarterback, 37 touchdowns, 7 picks. We all know about who we have here. We all know who he is. We did bring up the fact that Muschamp's run the defense earlier. For me personally, that's not a big plus. I don't know who – I think – see, here's the thing. With our shows, we can say stuff like this because we're not paid by, these big-name sponsors, and we don't have to say, hey – Will Muschamp is a good coach. I think he's lost his touch. I don't think he's a good he's not the elite defensive coach that I don't think that he used to be. He's just not. Okay, now here's the thing. Last year, here's the thing. Some people had Texas ranked number 1. So here we go again with this preseason crap. And I'm moving on from that, but I'm just saying. Last year, Texas's run game was 90th. Last year, their passing numbers, they were 44th. And their total yards a game offensively were 70th. There's only like 130 teams. They were near the bottom of the pile for running the football. I mean, they were 89 other teams better than them at running the football. I'm talking about Texas here. All right, now their defensive line. We got four good players here. You got 2 juniors, you got a senior, and you have a sophomore player. Now the Simmons kid. He's the guy that's going to come off the edge. We all know who he is. He had 21 sacks last year. But Justice Terry is put a star next to his name. He's going to be a guy to keep your eyes on. Now, the Biles kid from Pitt, they got a linebacker kid in the portal. I've heard 2 or 3 other podcast people talk about him. So that's a positive. Now, we're digging in here to Texas. We're talking about them right here. Now, their running back room, Dean, the Brown kids, well, they got Smothers and Brown. Yeah. And Brown is the other kid that they got. So this is a new running back room. I just told you they were 90th in the nation. So Sark is doing – Sark's doing what he's doing what most other guys we're going to do. So he's adding in some guys to make sure that they're going to take care of business. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's new though. I mean,
Brown and Smothers, and the way Sark likes to move the ball around, the way he likes to move the ball around, it's definitely going to be. These two are two good backs to come out of the backfield for them to throw the back to. So let me keep continuing on here. Hang on a second. Offensive line struggles a little bit, so question mark, will the offensive line struggles kind of continue at Texas? We got to see. Left tackle Gooseby, he's a redshirt junior, put a star by his name. He's a guy to pay attention to. Now, here's another question mark. I put question marks on stuff, and then I'll kind of grade each area. Then we can have a good guess their schedule. We're looking at their schedule on the screen here. Podcast listeners, check out their schedule and tell us if we're crazy. Defensive line scheme, it's going to change, Dean, because Muschamp's there, right? He's aggressive. He's fiery. He's a little wild. But they were 97th in passing yards a game last year for defensively. 97 passing defense. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I don't. What do you think about all that?
Yes.
I mean, what do you think? 97. That's obviously going to improve, right?
Yeah.
But how much does that improve? You're not going to go from 97th to 7th. Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't
Let's
know.
just be realistic. You go from 97th to 35th, maybe. Okay, that's good, but you know, I don't know. I don't. And you're not unproven at running back, but you're not just. I don't know.
We don't know
It's
that.
unbelievable.
We like. I mean, personally, I like Smothers. I thought he's okay. I don't think he's a world beater. I don't think
No,
he's.
I don't either.
I don't think he's some big guy that's going to really just come out and be a huge coalition to this offense. However, here's a name that will go along with collating to their offense. It's Cam Coleman. Cam Coleman transferred in from Auburn. Auburn's two best players are at Miami and at Texas. They all left. One of them's at Florida, I'm sorry, which Singleton and Cam is over here.
Yeah.
So with Cam being abroad to that, now, Matt, what's that have to do with the defense? Well, I guess if you score more, I guess your defense could not be quite as good.
Right. They don't have to be. Well, they got Wingo too. Wingo's
Yeah, ain't no
good.
doubt about him. Now, here's
You
another
got
question.
Two good receivers.
Here's another question. Same one you had. I had for you. The tight end spot. There's a Hellum. He's gone. Okay, this guy he left.
He was good.
He's
was
not
good.
there. I don't know.
Right.
Texas has got question marks at tight end.
So they
But-
don't really know who the tight end's going to be.
But going back to their, well, I mean they've got a guy, but it's just not somebody to write home about. I mean they just don't have a
Right.
bunch of guys, but they're solid in the DB room. Their DB room is solid. Bo Mascow and the McDonald guy, put a star by McDonald. He's another good.
No, he's good.
He's a good name to keep up with too. So Texas Longhorns, that's the breakdown on them. They're last year they were not really good. So
Wasn't great. No, they played better towards the end.
Yeah, where do you get this year with them? I mean, let's look at
Let's
their
hear that schedule.
let's look at the schedule here. All right, they're going to play Texas State on September the 5th.
That's one loss. No, I'm
All right,
kidding.
0-1 for Sark. All right, now
He
the next,
loses that one, he'll be in trouble.
but the next game everybody knows about it. They're going to play Ohio State. Okay,
I don't think they beat them. I don't think there's no way they beat them.
I don't know either. I don't
I
know.
just don't see it.
All right, then they're going to be at UTSA. They should win that one. Okay,
Yeah.
and they're going to be at Tennessee.
I'll give them that one. I don't think it'll be tough, but I'll give them that one. We don't think Tennessee's going to be bad, but we got
Right.
them with 4 or 5 losses. So, yeah, I'll give that one to Texas.
All right, they got Oklahoma at home.
That's who knows, Matt? That's kind of like Auburn and Alabama. Is it usually not? There's no telling who's going to win. It don't matter. Throw out the records.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Red River rivalry. Now, most people are picking Texas to win 9. Most people are like 8.5 or 9.
Yeah, that's
So-
probably what we'll end up going.
All right, so here we go. All right, so we got next they're going to play Florida, and then they got Ole Miss.
My gosh. Wow. I'm going to have them. Okay, so you've got Ohio State, Florida, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma. Can they go 3-1 in that bunch? I think they're 2-2 out of that, man. I don't think they win all. I mean, okay, I got it. I don't know, man. That's tough. And Florida's supposed to be pretty good. And Ole Miss is going to be good. And Oklahoma's going to be good. I mean, golly. All right, what about after that?
All right, after Florida and Ole Miss, then they got Mississippi State and Missouri. It's going to be
Okay, I
at
think
home
they
for
win
Mississippi
them
State.
too.
At Missouri, I think they can beat them too.
Mhm.
All right, now to finish the year, they're going to be at LSU, Arkansas, and then at A&M last. We just talked about A&M. This is a
I think they lose 3, Matt.
They're kind of all over the place. This schedule is it looks kind of tough. It's kind of
It gets
deceptive.
easier at the end.
Well, it's kind of spread out a little bit because you got Texas State, and then you got Ohio State, then you got UTSA. All right, then you got, which I mean, I'm saying Florida's an easy game, which is it's really not. I mean, Summerall's going to they're going to be better. Okay, they're not going to be bad.
They are. And Ole Miss, that could go either way.
Yeah, then you got.
Matt, I'm going to stick them at 9.5. That's either going 9-3 or 10-2. I think they beat A&M. I think they beat everybody they're supposed to beat. But that onslaught of, I don't know. I think that I got them 9.5. I don't think they do any better than 10-2. No way they go 11-1 with that schedule. And they got it easier towards the end. I know that, but and we're just taking for granted that Missouri and him's not going to give them a hard game. We don't know.
I know.
But
yeah, that's a good point too. Defensive line again. I'll go look at. I mean, Justice Terry, big star player. They do have. And then you had Simmons had 21 sacks. They got a senior. Yeah. They only got one senior on the defensive line. They got like 2 juniors. They got some young guys, for backup. So now running back room, that's that kind of, man, I'm just telling you, Brown and Smothers, like when I say those names, you kind of go like, huh? Who? Right? I mean, it's just not.
It's unbelievable.
Can
he get the job done? Probably. But
can Wingo and Cam be enough, for the offense to keep the ball? But you got to be able to run the ball.
Now, that's a good receiving core. Well, see, here's the thing. It's what they're banking on. A lot of experts will say, well, Manning runs the ball a lot, and he does. He might run it 20 times a game, so that's like another running back there. So maybe they're, and I do think after the pressure got off of him last year and all the Heisman talk got off of him, I thought he played great. But he did not during all that, and it's starting over again this year. Maybe not the Heisman talk, but how great they're going to be talk. He's definitely not a flop. I won't say that about him. I don't know. He's probably done as good or better than what you thought he would do anyway, has he not? Because you said when he came out, you goes, look, guys, I'm telling you, this is not going to be the greatest football player that's ever played.
You talking about Arch?
You kind of said that. Yeah. I mean, you didn't come out and say it, but you're like, because
he's
you didn't
okay.
say he wasn't going to be good, but you said, he's not bad. I mean, like I said, he cut loose after the pressure got off and they were out of the playoff.
Everybody knows that he gets a bump because of his last name.
Right.
Peyton's son, is actually playing high school right now. I watched him play the other day, so. So let me go back over here to schedule. 1, 2, 3.
I definitely don't think they beat Ohio State.
5, 6, 7. Golly. I
got a 9-3, man.
Yeah, I'm at 8-5. I'm at 8.5 with Texas too.
You gonna go 8.5?
Yeah, give me 8.5.
Okay, I can hook 9.5. You're taking 8.5. Okay.
Dang.
But which is the best record so far in the conference, along with Georgia. We have not done Alabama yet. I'm assuming we'll have Alabama at 9-3, 10-2. So I don't know what we're going to have Oklahoma. To me, it looks like what we've talked about, the top 4 teams in the conference, is going to be Oklahoma, Texas, Alabama, and Georgia.
Yeah.
That's just, and Ole Miss teetering right there at it too. But Florida, we got Florida doing pretty good. We got a lot of 7.5, 8-4 teams, 7-5, 8-4. But Texas will be one of the best in the conference, I guess. But that Manning to Coleman, Manning to Wingo, that's a good compliment to Coleman. Coleman's probably going to be open a lot because you can't leave Wingo open. You can't leave Coleman open, so one of them's going to have a field day.
Here's the whole thing. You got to account for what is and and what is it? And we know what is it with Texas is, Corey's over here. He's in the chat, and I guess he's talking about Texas. Offensive line was kind of a head scratcher, and when I flip over here to my darn book, it says, tight ends are a question mark. O-line struggle is what I got wrote down. Will it continue? This is from what me reading and watching videos. I'll make little quick, little half sentence to spark my thought process of where I was when I was thinking about them. And I put offensive line struggles. Will it continue? But I put Gooseby, their left tackle, is good. And then I got another question mark. You got a new defensive coaching scheme coming with Muschamp.
Right.
I'm not a Muschamp fan. I don't think he's an elite
it's been a while
defensive.
since.
I just don't. I'm sorry.
Well,
I just
that
don't.
D line sounds pretty good, Matt. And you said the secondary was good, right?
Yeah, I mean,
They may be a lot better on defense.
how do you rank them two? And they got a new defensive coach, and their DBs.
Not sure about their running backs.
They're not even sure about running backs. Bama's got 3 solid running backs that are as good as those guys or better. Smothers wasn't going to come in and start at Bama. I don't know why people thought that. That's just people just
he was
saying
not.
shit. He's not. He's not going to. He would have had to try to beat out AKD or Kevin Riley. And I think he's probably as good as Riley, which is probably going to be. He would have been the 3rd guy on the team if Deere wouldn't have got hurt. So miss me on all that. So how's Texas rated, so high? They got a new defensive coach. Their DB room is it ain't no better than Alabama's.
No, it's solid, but it's just like you said, it's just solid. It's not the best in the country. And I think it's because of Manning, Coleman, and Wingo, personally.
Who? Yeah, you're talking about Smothers. Yeah, Corey's talking about Smothers. He's a top, running back in the portal, but he wouldn't have came and started over AK Deere at Bama. He would not have come and started. He would not have been the starting running back at Alabama.
Alabama, no.
There's too many in the room. If Deere wouldn't have got hurt, he
might have been in the rotation.
They put him in there to throw him the ball out to the side because of how he's built. He's a small guy. So yeah.
Well, here's my question: is he going to be any better than Wisner?
Hang on, Dean. And tell me, Corey, if he's a Texas fan. I'm glad you're on here. You can help explain this to us. Are you satisfied as a fan with this running back room of Brown and Smothers? Like you're fired up about it. Like you're like, okay, I'm set with this. Like we had some offensive troubles last year on the line. I'm just by what I've read and watched and from Longhorn Network to stuff to make a prediction. I'm trying to predict their schedule. With my head scratching with their offensive line, like, well, will it continue? And these running backs they're not,
What you're saying is you don't understand why they're ranked in the top 5.
No.
You're not saying they shouldn't be ranked, but why are they ranked so high?
Well, I'm just curious. He's a fan, and this Brown kid come from Arizona State, so he played with Scatterboo. So,
okay.
Yes, because we also got Derek Cooper. Okay. Now, if Cooper's going to be, can he play all over the place? Is what I'm saying. Because Cooper is a good player, but can he play everywhere? Is what I'm saying. Can he be I'm trying to say? A utility player. Can Cooper be a utility guy for them?
Well, I'm not so sure. I'm not 100% sure the running back room's better because, you had C.J. Baxter and went to Kentucky. You've got Wisner that Wisner was a good football player, went to FSU. He had a 1,000-yard season one year. Baxter may have too. I just don't. Do I think their back room's bad? No, I'm not saying that.
He's 6 foot. He's 6'1". He's a 212-pound. He's a freshman. He's from Florida. He played at Shamadai Madonna. Talking about Cooper. I didn't know his size. He was saying he's their power back. So
what if he comes in? And, he's come in like Ricky Williams or Ben
Well, I don't know.
Young or something.
He's a
know.
freshman. He's 6'1". He's 200-something pounds. I don't know. He may be a power back style guy. I don't know. I'm not calling freshman. Right. I'm not telling Corey he's lying. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying, if you're a power guy, to me, usually a power back they're usually in that 225 or
Right.
that 230 kind of mark. Like
But-
who's the
Well,
big
didn't
guy?
you say running back rooms were down as a whole last year in the SEC?
Yeah, they haven't
Just the
been
whole
great.
conference. Yeah. Except for maybe Tennessee's. Theirs was good.
Yeah.
Missouri's was good.
So what do you got for my final thing?
I got them 9.5.
9.5. God, man, their schedule.
Yeah, but I really believe they'll go 9-3. I do not think they'll go 10-2.
Oh, kind of thin. Yes, that's right. D line is, secondary is good. Corey, you may have missed that. I know you just come in kind of later when we was talking. He's a Texas fan coming in by the page. I appreciate you coming by. Hit the thumbs up before you go out, buddy. Come back and hang out with us. We do this every Sunday, and I do it through the week. Tuesday and Thursday, I have some videos stood up. So, yes, defensive line, they only got one senior, so they could bring some guys back. We bragged on Simmons. He had 21 sacks last year. Justin Terry, that was my book here. I said put a star by Terry's name. D-back room is going to be good. The schedule is, he's hoping for 10-2.
That'd be.
Well, I mean,
that'll be good if they go 10-2
only to lose 2 games, and we'll pull the schedule back up. Which 2 is going to be the losses? Ohio State and Oklahoma, and then that means they're going to be A&M, Arkansas, LSU, Missouri, Ole Miss, Florida, Tennessee.
I got somebody else tripping them up there. I do think Ohio State beats them. I think Ole Miss might beat them. And then one more, Oklahoma, maybe.
Well, they got LSU, Arkansas, and A&M as their last 3. And listen,
and A&M, that's a rivalry. That can go either way.
Well, but here's the thing, and Corey, we already did Missouri, and I'm saying he says they're beating Ohio State. Okay, I hope so. I mean, I'm pulling for SEC, brother. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure as shit not up here tooting. That's our longtime affiliate over here in the comments, Jeff Anderson. He's our #1 fan. And be nice to Jeff. He's an older man he's from Ohio State, so he's a fan of Ohio State, and we love Jeff. He's already said go Bucks.
Me personally, I'd set that game in about an 8-point swing. I'd say, if I was a bookie, I'd set that at Ohio State 8.5.
Yeah, Corey says that he thinks that they've got to beat them, and
I agree with that.
You don't have to beat them.
You don't got to. You
don't have to beat them. You could go on and you could lose that game. And listen, as hard as their schedule is, and as much as love as the pollsters push Sark, they really like Sark. And I'm glad he got a second chance. I'm glad he got off the booze, and I'm glad he got back. I'm glad. Story. But if he was
done.
If he loses 3 games, can Texas still make the playoffs? But the answer to that question is going to also, but that's kind of going to also depend on what Alabama and LSU and Georgia does too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I've seen nobody in the conference, and I think it's going to hold water. I don't see nobody going 11-1 in the conference, not with this 9-game conference schedule. And I'm sure I won't be. I know we haven't done Alabama and Auburn yet, or Oklahoma.
I'll do Oklahoma during the week, and then we'll do Alabama Auburn next Sunday.
I don't see none of them going 11-1. 10-2's tops for me. I mean, I don't
got Bama going 10-2. I got Bama at 9.5 probably. Their schedule's easier this year. It's not as bad as it was last year. And
we don't really know what they got in certain areas. We know their secondary is good. The receivers are good. Quarterback will probably be good. Running backs are tough, but we don't know about the O-line, linebackers. They got that one big guy that's so good.
So what do you think, Dean? What's our final? I'm
gonna go 9.5 on them.
Okay.
You going 8.5, right?
I'm just not. I don't know, man. There's something about this running back room for Texas, Corey. I'm just not. I'm just
You're
not
just
really
not
believing
crazy about that.
it. Now, here's the thing: if Cam gets in there and goes nuts, then yes, they could win 9 or 10 games. But if it's going to be more of Cam, what we saw from him at Auburn, then he could, one guy's not going to make or break the team. The quarterback can, but
Yeah,
the
the
receiver,
you.
yeah.
I think Cam will do fine. He's obviously going to get targeted a lot.
I just got
but-
head scratching about having a new defensive coach. I think Muschamp's. I think his time's past him, and I need to know if Texas's offensive line troubles are going to continue. They may not. 'Cause, hell, Alabama had tons of O-line trouble, but
yeah.
they've got 4 new guys that are going to come on the line. They got a center that's had 1,500 snaps. They got 2 new offensive line. So I can see, that they're doing something to fix it. But Texas, let's just be, fully honest. Corey knows this. He's a Texas fan. Texas, hell, Sark has had offensive line trouble since he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee's got the top. If you want to talk about top tier SEC offensive line, it's
Tennessee.
It is. Yeah.
That's why their running back game's so good.
Yeah.
Even last year, they had a great running back game.
Yeah.
They gained yards.
Yeah.
Georgia did too. Georgia and Tennessee about it. But Ole Miss gained yards, but Kiffin, he's going to gain 500 with a bunch of guys from around town here playing. He's good. I'm talking about he's a good play caller. I don't know why his teams, they can move the football. So I'll give Lane Kiffin that. He knows what to run and when to run it most of the time. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Who? Lane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just got what it takes when it comes to calling plays.
Yeah, but his record of taking teams to these big wins and them getting ranked way up above in the top 10. I don't know why and the preseason makes no sense to me at all. So that's all we got.
The best team he's ever had was last year, in which he didn't even coach them the last 2 or 3 games. So
he spent all that time.
That was the best team he'd ever had,
and then didn't make it.
Didn't finish it.
Let's see. A&M, Dean, you got them at.
I got them at 7.5.
I'm gonna go. I guess I'm gonna go. What I say, 8.5 or 9.5.
I went 9.5. You went 8.5. Which that's not much difference. You just don't think Texas. No way they'll go 10-2. I'm saying they could possibly hit 10-2. If Manning goes wild and Wingo and Coleman or like Jamar Chase and Jordan Jefferson or whatever from LSU that year. I don't know. Coleman needs to have a good year. But, they may have another receiver step up and take those 2 guys' place. You know what I mean? But I don't see any way this team wins the national championship. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen any team in the conference that I feel can win the national championship. Matt? Hey, Matt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying I don't think there's any way Texas wins a national title.
Well, Texas has Texas is the number 1 in the SEC in chances of winning the national championship this year at plus 300, and Georgia is right behind them at like plus 400. So there's that aspect. So we've been through schedules for both here. Is there what else have you got to add on this? And we'll shut this down and get out of here. We'll get over to our Facebook page and we'll chat a little high school.
That's all I got on the college, Matt.
Okay.
That's all I got. You want me to go on and get off this? You gonna send that?
No, you don't do nothing. Yeah, you just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just stay where you are.
Okay.
All right, YouTube fans, we do appreciate you guys, and thank y'all for coming by and hanging out with us here tonight on the Dive College Football Show, breaking down Texas, breaking down A&M. We got records for both of them. We got some question marks, so that's where we're at. Y'all hit the comments over here on the side. Tell us where you have yours. Thank you all for coming by, especially Corey for being a Texas fan, coming by and hanging out. We appreciate your input. Come by and hang out with us, bro. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up while you come by. We appreciate it. We're going to switch over the channel, see if I can get this to work right. I don't know. To get over on the Facebook page, and we're going to talk about high school football. If you're interested in high school football around Alabama, then head out over there. So we appreciate you guys so much.